am ready to continue the great rat catcher's work. Are you?
The day's still young, Igor. Don't...
Ready for another gig? Let's do this.
Igor, I've got to talk to you. Some serious shit is about to go down.
What is it this time?
One of the big fish is flying into Kapachi. We have a chance to intercept him. We have to act on this intel now.
Who is this big fish, anyway?
No idea, but it's got to be one of NAR's top people. A real 100,000 ruble suit type.
That's not much to go on. Could just be a waste of time.
It is 100% worth a shot. Imagine what kind of intel we can squeeze out of this guy. Just go over there and check it out for yourself, okay? I know a good vantage point.
All right. But let's make one thing clear first. I'll do the talking. I've got a feeling this big fish might not survive your squeezing.
Sure. Whatever you say, boss. I'll mark the location on your map.
Nothing is ever as it seems with Mikhail, is it? What is he dragging you into this time? The NAR fish tank is a very murky and dirty place. Can you really tell the difference between a big fish and a bottom feeder when you meet them?
Good.
Master made for dinner tonight. Hope it's not more fish. I hate fish.
I'm in position. How is this a good vantage point? No tower, no hill?
Right. You won't need a tower. There should be a control unit nearby. Find it and power it up.
Found it. What is this thing? Mikhail, what are you not telling me? And where is this big fish?
He'll be flying over in a helicopter pretty soon. All you need to do is fire up the missile defense system. The rest is automated. Pretty fucking awesome, right? It's old Soviet technology. I found it totally by chance. Don't tell me that's not a great fucking plan.
What? You want me to shoot down a helicopter? Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Au contraire, mon frère. It's the perfectly rational thing to do. Cut off as many of the Hydra's heads as you can! This is insane, Igor. You've no idea who's on board. I know we want to take down NAR, but blowing unidentified targets out of the sky is a war crime.
I've come this far. Can't back down now. Hitting NAR like this will keep them off balance, distracted. It'll buy me some more time.
Chin up, son. Think of it as Uncle Mikhail's rite of passage. Do it! You did it, man! I knew you had the killer instinct, my little executioner. I'm so fucking proud of you, Igor. Now, go check the crash site for survivors.
Help! Over here!
It's Georgi.
Can't breathe. And my legs. Please, find some medical supplies. Help me!
We have to get you out of here.
No. You go. A search team will be here any minute. They might kill you.
You fucking tricked me!
Well, now look at you, pretending to be angry. We did great work today, you and I. This is something you won't ever forget.
Why did you want Semenov dead?
I didn't. I thought it was gonna be Kozlov. He's at the top of my list.
How did you know about the air defense system?
This was a top-secret installation, after all. It only makes sense they had a way to counter American spy planes.
No more secrets. What did NAR do to you? Why do you hate them so much?
Kozlov and his henchmen tore this place apart. They expected everyone to fall in line. They rounded up me and my buddies, tortured us, and shot the others through the head, point blank. Me they left alive, to send a message. Well, where do we go from here, Igor?
I know we have our differences, but you really ought to stay. I need you here.
Damn right you do. Don't you ever forget that.
What's shaking, Igor?
I've been meaning to ask you something, Olga. What was your life like before all of this? Did you have close friends in your village?
Sure, we've always been a tight-knit group. Being able to rely on your fellows is key when you're living under constant threat. But it was very different back then, when my mom was still alive. The exclusion zone was our sacred ground. We wanted to be here, to explore and learn. I was a spoiled, demanding brat. I was acting out, was angry all the time, and I couldn't come to terms with my father's death. That's when Matvey took me under his wing. He taught me useful skills and showed me a way through the grief.
Sounds like you owe him a lot.
I do. In a way, I owe him my life. I had to get my life back on track, for my mom, and for myself, of course. Matvey's kindness made me the woman I am today, a survivor, a hunter.
That was very personal. Thank you for sharing, Olga.
Sure, you know I'm here if you need me.
The fuck you want?
What's going on, Igor? How are things, Professor Kiminyuk?
Not too bad, Sashko. Not too bad.
I've been thinking about my brother Rustlin recently. He'd make a great addition to our team.
You were both in a street gang, right?
For a while, yes. We ran errands for Yuri Kipish, a dangerous gangster. He was fucking nuts too, of course.
I see.
I know you're trying to be polite, Igor, but there's no way to understand these things unless you've lived through them yourself. I'm talking about ongoing turf wars between every type of gang. Russian, Kyrgyz, Thai, Vietnamese, you name it. Everyone trying to get a piece for themselves.
What about the police?
They stay well away unless they have urgent business there. You know what I mean? Anyway, me and Ruslan were right in the middle of it. Every day, something was going down. You run, you sweat, you fight, you kill, you bleed. You get hooked on the adrenaline, like a drug. Ruslan had a special talent. He could make a person disappear without a trace. That would have come in handy around here on several occasions. We all followed a code, of course. Even wild animals have rules. You're familiar with the Thieves' Code of Conduct?
Where criminals forsake their families and dedicate themselves to crime?
That's right. Ruslan would never hurt anyone who wasn't in his way. But that kind of life takes you dark places no matter what.
You think it took its toll on Ruslan?
Possibly. That's why I have to face him, to find out.
They are close, Mousy. I can hear them screeching under the floor. Filthy rodents.
Rats, you mean? You think those furry buggers can eat through a concrete wall?
But something is amiss. The Rat King. I can't hear him anymore.
Is he gone?
He's never truly gone. But sometimes he goes away. And then it's like...
What?
It's like the cobwebs are all blown away. I can think clearly for a moment. And I remember... things.
What do you remember?
A hospital. People in white gowns. A madman strapped to a gurney, screaming in terror. And myself. I'm strapped down too. Why are you doing this? I don't belong here. Let me out.
Calm down. Everything's going to be fine. It's all in the past now.
You can't keep me here against my wishes.
Tarakan, please. You're safe now.
What? Where am I?
Mikhail's warehouse. You're safe.
Nobody is safe from the Rat King, little mouse. Not ever. Don't you ever forget that.
Ah, yes. Our old friend, the Rat King. I guess everything's back to normal then.
What can I do for you, Professor?
Dear Igor, apologies for this pre-recorded message, but it's for your own safety. I found something that will help you in your search. The documents are on the roof of the Pripyat hospital. Come as quickly as you can and try to be discreet. My superiors would be very unhappy if they knew I was helping you.
I knew I could count on the old man. I would have contacted him sooner, if only I'd known he was here.
I am ready to...
The day is still young.
Ready for another? Let's do this.
Let's get cracking, Professor Fancy Pants!
Could this be a turning point, Igor? Having such a powerful ally in this place could change everything for you. But then again, you've always been so trusting. I hope it won't be your downfall.
Welcome, welcome. Fancy some trading?
I have to ask. We're in the middle of nowhere. What are you even doing out here?
Out here, everything is in the middle of nowhere, my friend. Sometimes you need to get off the beaten path to find a solid business opportunity. I learned that from Warren Buffett.
You've met Warren Buffett?
No. I've watched his motivational videos on YouTube, though. Basically the same thing.
I'm looking for someone. Perhaps you've heard her name. Tatiana. Tatiana Amelie. She used to work. She went missing.
I'm sorry,
Busy?
With creating and like Jack Ma, only more hard-working. I'm gonna build my commercial empire on the...
Good luck. Good luck building your fortune, Mr. Invisible.
Thanks.
nothing, but I better take a look-see.
It's just one guy! One guy! Get him! Now, call for backup! You're going down, Kim and Yuk! Tango's behind cover! Careful!
These must be the documents Professor Semenov left for me.
This is General Kozlov of the NAR. You're coming with us quietly. No harm will come to you unless you force my hand. We disabled your technology. There's no way out of this building. Do yourself a favor. Surrender. It's the best option for everyone.
I sense the Rat King closing in on you. Run!
You have to do the right thing here, Igor. I know it's risky, but this could be our only opportunity to hurt them from the inside, or at least learn something valuable.
What the hell are you saying? You want me to surrender?
Think like a partisan, will you? They underestimate you. Use it to your advantage. You'll find out a way to break free later.
Okay, I give up. I want to talk to the people in charge.
You overestimate your value, Professor Kamenyuk. Alpha Team, take him.
Notify me as soon as the patrol has returned, Sergeant. Welcome back to the world of the living, Kamenyuk. At least, for the moment. The name's Kozlov. I'm Chief of NAR Security. But perhaps you figured that out already. You know, I have plenty of crap to deal with every day. Guarding the exclusion zone against trespassers and lunatics who harass my men and refuse to let us conduct our business in peace. If you were just another dark tourist or stalker, or whatever these idiots call themselves nowadays, it would make my job much easier. But we both know that's not the case. Now, are you ready to drop the act and speak with me man to man?
Sure. Let's talk like civilized people.
We're developing something big here. Something important. You know this. It's the reason you're here, isn't it? You may find this hard to believe, but all this is simply business. NAR paid the Ukrainian government a fortune to lease this land. Yet we are treated like a hostile occupation force. And for what? The zone is filthy with dangerous radiation. These busybodies would rather die of cancer than live a long, happy life tending their gardens. If anything, we're doing those crazy Samoshas a favor by keeping them out of harm's way. Wouldn't you agree?
The patrol has returned, sir. They say they have news.
Perfect. And about time. Excuse me, Kamenyuk. I will return momentarily.
Patrolling Pripyat almost makes you wish you were someplace else.
Have you seen Kiminnik's equipment? I wonder what that funny-looking gun does. Just leave it alone, okay?
Don't you want to test it?
Fuck no.
I should have taken that job at my father-in-law's factory. Shit.
I knew it. They're conducting experiments at the power plant. But why are they in such a hurry? After all, Chernobyl belongs to them.
The fuck you want? I just remembered something, Mousy.
What is it? More rat stories or history lessons?
A cautionary tale. A wise Mousy can always find a tasty bit of cheese, if he's smart. But take care that the cheese isn't poisoned or sitting in a trap. You never know what you might find.
What are you talking about?
Ozesk, 1957. Kapow! Evil rats were stirring the pot, trying to stick their ugly little snouts where they shouldn't.
Yes, I remember reading about that. It was a chemical explosion, right? Huge quantities of cesium-137 and strontium-90 were released into the atmosphere. Wasn't that classified?
While you were reading about it, my mother had to live through it. The placid Teka River, so beautiful this time of the year. But after the boom, so poisonous.
Yes, one of many regrettable failures.
No, Mousy. What you call failure, I call a deliberate plan of the Rat King. He lured the silly little mouses with a chunk of smelly yet delicious cheese. But it was poisoned. And the cheese you are looking for may be poisoned as well, even if it looks delicious. So be very careful, little mouse. Whenever you sense these machinations in the shadows, you can be sure that the Rat King has a part in it.
I'll keep it in mind. Thanks.
Howdy, stranger. Got a sec?
For you, always.
I was just thinking about my mom again. The things she did, the things she saw.
She was really something, wasn't she?
Her career started long before Chernobyl. In the 60s, she was already working at the NKVD hospital in Moscow. She was treating other scientists for radiation exposure because, some of them didn't care that much about their own safety.
Oh, I know. There are legends about Kurchatov himself stomping in and out of the first Soviet reactor room without proper protection. They were all careless.
My mom told me they behaved like irresponsible children. She especially remembered one very young lab worker who loved to scare his female colleagues. They would paint his lips, nose, and fingers with powdered radium and wait in a dark room to surprise them.
My God! So his face would glow in the dark.
Funny joke, right? And all it cost him was his life. I hope we're not repeating this kind of mistake with Chernobylite. Who knows? Perhaps we're slowly killing ourselves just by being close to it.
Until we know more, everything we do is a risk. But we have no choice.
I know. I just want you to be careful, okay?
Of course. Hi, Olga.
I'd be glad.
Fantastic. I'm ready to learn, oh great huntress.
No jokes while we're training or I'll smack you upside the head. Got it? Today I'll teach you how to stay alive a little bit longer. Knowing how to use a medkit, healing salves, and herbs is obviously important, but I won't be talking about that.
What are you going to talk about, Olga?
About resolve, grit, and determination. About having the guts to do what's right, whatever it takes.
I get what you're saying, but what does it have to do with survival skills?
You know the stories about people who achieve seemingly impossible feats in times of crisis? There's this tale about an old woman who somehow lifted a tram because her grandkid was stuck underneath.
I'm sure that's an urban legend.
Even so, with inner discipline and strength of conviction, you can sometimes surprise yourself. Let me ask you something. Are you willing to die for Tatiana?
Without hesitation.
Good. Now what you need to understand is that she doesn't need you to die. She needs you to live. Stay alive, Igor. It's the only way to see this through.
What's going on, Igor?
old-timer. I need help dressing my wounds. I'm on the road to recovery now. Thanks.
I need you to come here this instant. I'm at HQ. You better be here soon, or there will be consequences. Kozlov's going to sacrifice me. They left me here, and he is coming after me as well. We both know who I'm talking about. I can't trust Kozlov anymore. You have to help me finish what we started, you and me. We're in this together until the end, whether you like it or not. You wouldn't want him to find out the truth, would you? I'm waiting in Lenin Square. Make haste, or we're both going to regret it.
I guess I really am naive, huh? I think you owe me an explanation, old friend.
Looks like your mentor sold you out. Or perhaps he was involved in all of this from the beginning. Regardless, he's clearly no longer your friend. He set a trap for you, Igor. What are you going to do about it?
Stop right there. You're on Pripyat Bradford turf now.
So,
Well, there's something fishy happening in the power plant. Those NAR fuckers have been running around like crazy lately. And there's this creepy fuck with a black mask hunting for something. Whatever it is, it's bad for business. He leaves me alone, but he scares my customers.
So you do have other customers?
What did I just say? That fucker's been scaring him away. If it wasn't for him, this place would be busier than the Izmailovsky market.
I better be going now.
Bratva forever, Igor!
Welcome, welcome. Fancy some trading?
I have to ask. We're in the middle of nowhere. What are you even doing out here?
Out here, everything is in the middle of nowhere, my friend. Sometimes you need to get off the beaten path to find a solid business opportunity. I learned that from Warren Buffett.
You've met Warren Buffett?
No. I've watched his motivation.
Good luck building your...
Everyone thought he was just some nutty professor. He blindsided us all. The eggheads figured out how to disable the technology he uses to make jumps. The stupid thing was heavy as shit. We had to carry it on our backs to set up the ambush. But it was all for nothing. The fucker escaped anyway. Between his guy and those fucking monsters, I'm starting to think I should polish up my resume.
Help over here!
I hope we run into some rabid dogs. What a stench. Why do the eggheads need dead animals anyway? Probably for some kind of test. I don't know. Fucking hell. Stop complaining. It beats transporting human cadavers, doesn't it? Cadavers? What cadavers? You don't know? Know what? What? Nothing. Forget I said anything. Seriously, forget it. Come on, we need a medevac, pronto! I have to take a leak soon. I should have brought that goddamn power bar. I'm starving. Jesus Christ, what a goddamn tragedy. Misha was a good guy. You'll have to write to his wife and explain. Explain what? That a monster escaped from a mad scientist's secret lab and killed him? No, we blame it on Saint Michel's. Easy. I'm taking off!
Before you jump to any conclusions, I can explain.
Okay. Start talking.
Not here. Let's go someplace where we can talk privately.
No thanks. I'm not falling for that again.
You're confused, my boy. Disturbed. The Chernobylite is messing with your head, but I can help you.
Can you really? The way you helped me on the hospital roof?
Just... God, please don't do anything rash. Okay then. Ask your questions.
What's NAR's interest in Chernobylite?
Their interest is in a potentially trillion-dollar business. I trust I don't need to explain the possibilities of a nearly unlimited energy source.
I don't care about that. They're keeping Tatiana here against her will, aren't they? Why? Where is she?
Tatiana is a patient. A very valuable one. That's what's keeping her safe. At least for the time being. NAR has done some despicable things, I give you that. They've conducted some questionable experiments on human subjects. But Tanya is different. She's special.
I researched Chernobylite myself. It has many potential applications. What are you and your NAR overlords planning to do with it?
I know you did. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. The catastrophe of 1986 was a great gift for humanity. One of the greatest.
What are you talking about?
Chernobylite opened a door to something that will change the history of mankind forever. Forever!
Energy capable of creating a singularity, multiple singularities, and tunnels between them.
More than that, it gives us access to the ones already in existence. It's like an autonomous vehicle that can take you anywhere in time and space, complete with maps. The first such route is already in place. We just need to make sure it's safe.
Tatiana Amelieva. You acted like you had no idea what happened to her. But she's been here this whole time, hasn't she?
Yes, I cannot deny it, but please, you don't know all the facts.
God in heaven, is there not a single shred of decency left in you?
I could tell you things that would turn your whole life upside down, but I don't want that. I can't have you falling apart. Don't you understand? I need you.
What are you saying?
I need you here. You're going to help me save her.
I will ask you one last time. Where is Tatiana?
Igor, please. Listen to reason.
Do you want to learn about your personal threshold for pain? I said talk!
All right. But it's still Kozlov's fault. You have to believe me. Tanya is in the power plant, I swear it. Kozlov is keeping her there. Listen to me, Igor. This is important. You understand that what I'm trying to accomplish here is bigger than you or me.
Shut your goddamn mouth! I can't listen to any more of your excuses.
You can't leave him alive, Mousy! He will thwart our plan! He will bring about the end of the world and the reign of the Rat King! Don't do anything you'll regret later, Igor. You're better than them. Remember that. More practically speaking, you may need the old bastard later.
I know the safest thing to do is to kill you. But I'm leaving you alive, against my better judgment.
Thank you. You won't regret this, Igor.
Oh, that remains to be seen. We will talk again. And when we do, I expect your full cooperation.
Absolutely. Go find Tatiana in the power plant. After, we can talk.
Finally, some definitive proof. Tatiana is at the power plant.
What's going on, Igor?
Do you have a moment?
What's on your mind, Olga?
I was thinking about an old woman I used to know, Alina. She lived in our village. She had so many stories to share. About the revolution of 1917, collectivization, the Great Famine, Nazi tanks rolling through the marshes, her husband dying in the Great Patriotic War, persecution by the NKVD, the Chernobyl disaster.
Fascinating. She must have been at least 100 years old.
She was very old indeed. Nothing could shake her. She never stopped wandering the woods and marshes of Pripyat, gathering herbs and mushrooms, until the lurkers killed her. Such a pointless death.
I'm sorry. She must have been a very brave woman.
I asked her once, what kept her going through all those dark years? Do you know what she said? I wanted to live. It was as simple as that. Life is precious, and you only get to go around once. So I want to make mine count. Do you understand? I'm not dying because of a stupid mistake.
Hopefully we can avoid that, and you'll lead a long and productive life once we're finished here.
Well, as my stepdad Matvey would say, nobody wants to exit the stage, but everyone does, eventually.
Hi, Olga.
I'd be glad.
Fantastic. I'm ready to learn. Oh.
No jokes while we're training. All right, here we go again. Time for the next lesson, Igor.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be even more fascinating than the last one.
I advise you to take this seriously. You wouldn't make fun of someone teaching you how to handle C4, would you?
Probably not.
Of course you wouldn't. So imagine this. Every piece of junk you stash is a brick of C4. You have to place it gently, wisely, and efficiently, otherwise it'll explode.
To my knowledge, canned food doesn't...
Don't interrupt! Why do you take everything so literally? It's a goddamn metaphor, goddammit! If I ever get to meet Tatiana, the first thing I'm going to ask is what she ever saw in a tedious egghead like you.
You and me both.
Anyway, you have to be careful and mentally present when arranging your shit. Trust that your life depends on it. That's lesson number 2.
Okay. What's lesson number 3?
It's called believe.
Believe in what?
Believe that you will find whatever you need in your bag without checking. Women practice this all the time. What do you say, student?
I want to believe.
How are things, Professor?
The fuck you want? Igor, I need to talk to you.
No Mousy today. So the Rat King is gone?
It won't be long before it returns. We don't have much time. You need to help me. I need to find out what happened to me. I remember the explosion.
Were you close to reactor number 4? That was the night Tatiana disappeared. What do you remember?
Not much. Fire, sirens wailing, burned men. Agonized screaming. It was Kharkiv, in 1972.
What? I think you've got the time and geography mixed up.
The KGB and some military geniuses tried to put out a fire in the natural gas mine with a nuclear device. Almost a kiloton yield. They blew everything up, the morons. The column of fire and radioactive ash, kilometers high. People in villages nearby thought it was the end of the world.
What were you doing there?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember, but I can't. All I know is I was there to observe.
Calm down, Tarakan. We'll get to the bottom of it eventually. Try to get some rest now, all right?